Hey, and what's up guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So on today's video I'm going to be glamming this beautiful lady. So let's the process begin. Please subscribe, like, comment and share this video with your friends. So I'm going to start off by brushing up her eyebrows. I'm using a spoolie, and then I'm going to conceal her eyebrows. I'm not going to use an eye pencil or a gel because her eyebrows are already defined, so I'm just going to conceal them. And I'm using a Legal Pro concealer in the shade Fawn, so I'm just following the exact shape of her eyebrows as I conceal, and I'm using a flat brush. So when you're using a concealer, it's either you use an angled brush or a flat brush. And then after that, I'm going to blend all that concealer, blend before it dries up, because in case it dries up, it would be very hard for me to actually blend that concealer. So I'm just blending before it dries up. So I'm just blending all that concealer. And then I'm going to use the foundation on the top part to line her eyebrows. And the foundation I'm using is the same foundation that I'll be using on her face. So the foundation I'm using right now is a Legal foundation. I'll list the shade name on the description box, so kindly check that out. And then I'm just doing the same on the other brow. You can see already her eyebrows look defined, despite the fact that I didn't even use any eye pencil, any gel. It's looking good. So next, I'm just now going to use that concealer, the same concealer that I was using, and blend it. So I'm just prepping her eyelids for eyeshadow. And then I'm going to be using this shade. So these shades are closest to her skin tone, so they are the first transitioning shade that I'm going to be using. And then blend that out. And as you can see, I'm raising her eyebrow a bit so that I can get all the skin. So this works really well, especially if your client has wrinkles or has loose skin. You have to get everything, all that skin, to have some eyeshadow. So I'm just raising her eyes a bit so that I can get all that skin to have some eyeshadow on. And then after that, I'm going to be using this dark brown shade and still using this fluffy brush and blend it, blend. Apply as I blend, I apply as I blend. And then after that, I'm going to be using this concealer. This is a Legal Pro concealer. And I'm going to draw a cut crease. The concealer is in the shade Cool Tan. Yes, I'm going to draw a cut crease using that concealer. The same on the other eye. And then after that, I'm going to use I'll be using this as my shimmery shade, but before then I'm going to be using a matte shade, a light matte shade, to set the concealer. So I found out that if you find your shimmery shades are creasing a lot, try and use a matte shade before actually going in with the shimmery shade. So then after that, I'm now going to go in with that shimmery shade after the matte shade. And so this is it. This is now me applying the shimmery shade. after just applying the matte shade. So this works really well. Your eyeshadow won't crease. Your shimmers won't crease at all. Because you have already set that concealer. Then after that, I'm going to be applying that brown shimmery shade, still from the Morphe 35V eyeshadow palette. And then blend. So I apply as I blend. And when I'm applying it around the area where I had applied the other shimmery shade, I'm being very light so that it can blend really well. So I'm just being very light-handed so that it can blend really well and I don't end up messing up what I had created earlier. So blend. And then after that, I'm going to be using this eyeliner, and I'm using it closest to her lash line as possible. Just closest to her lash line as possible. I don't want to draw anything dramatic. That's something simple. So I'm just drawing it closest to her natural lash line. The same on the other eye. And then after that, I'm now going to clean up the fallouts, all the fallouts. I'm going to clean them up. And then use this illegal primer. She has a dry skin, so I'm just going to be using that primer on her skin. And then blend it. Then after that, use that Fit Me so that her makeup can last longer. And then a legal foundation. I'm going to start off by using this brush. So when you are working on a client, it's easier to use a brush compared to a beauty blender, but I use it with a twist. So I'm just now going to be using this brush and blend everything. So with a brush, you don't end up using a lot of product compared to if you're going to be using a beauty blender. So with a beauty blender or a beauty sponge, you end up using a lot of product compared to if you use a brush. So I'm just going to start off with using this brush. And it's easier when you're actually doing things on a client using a brush. So blend everything. And then I'm going to take a beauty blender or a beauty sponge and then press everything in. So with pressing everything in using a beauty blender or a beauty sponge, it just makes your foundation look more natural. So like that. So I'm just going to press everything in. And then you don't end up using a lot of product. So just blend everything. And then after that, I'm going to highlight, and I'm going to be using this Illegal Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn. And I'm just highlighting the areas where the light hits first. So there is a mirror in front of her, and that's what she's actually looking at. So don't wonder what she is staring at. There is a mirror in front of her. And then around the forehead area, she already has a big forehead, so I don't want to make it more bigger, so I'm not going to go all the way up. Yes, and then after that, you can give your concealer some time to set, and that just gives you a better coverage with your concealer. And then blend. So to blend, I'm just going to be using this beauty blender or a beauty sponge, and then I'm going to spray some setting spray on the beauty blender or the beauty sponge, and just blend that concealer around her under eyes. So this just minimizes creasing, so she won't end up creasing around her under eyes. So if you have that challenge, you can try this trick and see if it works for you. So just blend everything. And then after that, I'm going to set the highlighted areas using this Fit Me by Maybelline. So just set all the highlighted areas, all the areas where I used a concealer, I'm going to set them. And to contour, I'm going to be also using this Fit Me by Maybelline. So this is a darker shade compared to her skin tone, and it's in the shade Espresso. And I'm using a brush. So the brush I'm using is the foundation brush that I was using before. And this type of brush is really nice because it just gets precisely to where you want it to be. Also her nose, I'm also going to contour it. And I'm just pulling that contour from her eyebrows, where the eyebrows start, all the way down to the tip of her nose. And then after that, I'm going to do her lips. So I used this powder. I also used a Maybelline lipstick. So I'm just going to list the names on the description box. So just check that out. And this is the progress that we have so far. So this is the progress that we have so far. Then I'm going to apply falsies. So these are the falsies that I'm going to apply, or rather use. And then to highlight, I'm going to be using e.l.f. highlighter and highlight on the highest point of our cheekbones. And then on the bridge of our nose. And this is the final look, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please tell me on the comment section which other video you'd like to see on this channel. So this is the final look. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please, until next time, bye. Thank you so much.